Hello. Um, it's been a bit. I'm actually going to turn that off. And, yeah, I kind of just wanted to talk for a bit. Um, kind of let people know what's been going on and, you know. So, well, I guess the first thing is, work has been kind of kicking my ass. I work a full-time job, 40-ish hours a week. And this is like the first week that I've like had to properly relax and not be sick. So I've only really gotten out of bed to pee today, and it's like nearly 3 o'clock. Although I guess I do need to go shopping. But I guess I wanted to talk a little bit about like sort of talk about like what I've been dealing with and why I want to start to come back and things like that. Um, so I guess let's start with that. I haven't really had much, if any, drive to do things for myself, which is a little weird to say, but like, when I'm working, and then like when I work on my web server and stuff like that, and like in theory I'm helping the people that I'm doing that stuff for. Um, Whereas in actually, you know what? Isn't that fun? Um, where like I for the last while haven't really put myself first at all. Like I feel like I almost put myself last. I've been in this state for a while where I'm always having to think of other people first, and then like when it gets to me, well, it's just like I guess I'll just, I don't know, play a game or something, and then that's kind of it. But it's been really getting to me, and like I've been wanting to return to like streaming or doing videos or something, but I just haven't had any sort of like drive. Like I've had ideas of like what I wanted to do, and then I just haven't had the drive to really do any of that. Hence, like, why this even is so low energy. Like I'm not even like sitting at my computer somewhere over there. It just, especially the last couple of years, like I haven't really been able to put myself first at all. Like I'm always think cause like I've been renting the last couple of years, right? And like when I like God, God, I'm so sorry. Okay. And like when I like kind of stopped for good my gaming channel, like that was in a renting situation that kind of actually fell through relatively quickly, like 6 months. And that's a whole situation I'm not going to get into. And though it's mostly resolved, I just don't want to think about it right now. But just like, I when most of your thinking time, like when you're actually thinking about what you want to do, like there's what I would like to do, and then there's what I want to do. A lot of that is overwritten by like, or overrode, I suppose, by like what I have to do. And a lot of what I have to do in like the last year, 2 years, nearly 3 years, is just like I have to keep working. I have to live on as little as I can, because I feel like I have the obligation to help the other person in this rental find work. And you know, it's been said that like I shouldn't have to take on that responsibility. You know, I was doing it for a friend, the friend who I was previously living with, and you know, me and this person get along pretty well now, and like, like they're finally starting to come to like the end of their work drought, because like jobs have been pretty bad. Like applying for work, getting work has been pretty bad in Australia, or at least our part of Australia. And like they actually finally have a job starting like next week, which is amazing. Like I the way things seemed, it kind of looked like I was going to be, you know, kind of in this going minimal situation forever. You know, I'm glad that's not the case, but yeah, like I guess now that actually is starting to be over, like I can start to think about like, okay, well, what would I actually like to do? Like, you know, what can I do? What would I like to be doing? And I don't really want to be working where I'm working at the moment. I mean, it's been good pay and stuff, but it's just, I have no interest in just being a labourer. I have no interest in being in a work environment that can at times be quite hostile. I have no intentions of being in a work environment that is consistently quite stressful, if not because of the actual work, then because of the people, uh, the general attitude toward like must achieve KPIs all the time, forever. And if you stop for any reason, replenishing consumables, that sort of shit, that's your fault. Why are you stopping at all? Blah, blah, blah. I just have no interest in that kind of stuff. And, maybe, it's been admirable as a person with autism to really realize that, like, to really have stuck with this as much as I've been able to. But it's been like nearly 6 years now. And, I'm still struggling despite everything. And I mean, most of the struggle is with myself, is with controlling my emotional levels, and that has always been like something that I've been dealing with quite a bit at this place. Like, I'll try to explain a bit, because this is my experience as an autistic person. Other autistic people could have it differently. This could be, similar for neurotypical people. Everyone's experiences, everyone varies. But you know how like you have a bad mood, something is happening and you get frustrated and you get stressed, and then somebody says to you, well, just don't stress over it, you can't change it, whatever, just don't let it affect you. And to most neurotypical people, that just seems easy. You just switch off, and you're just not mentally there until you get out of that situation or whatever, right? But I don't. But I don't get that luxury. Like, I don't get to just like switch off my emotions and that kind of thing. Like, the problem that I've always had is removing myself from a situation that I know is stressing me out. Like when it's online, it's a bit easier because you just like close the tab or the window or whatever, and you just go do things that you like for a while. Listen to music, or as my dad would say, blow shit up in video games. But you can't really, like, people say, just walk away if you need to. But it's really hard to actually do that in practice because, um, you know, so yeah, let's say as a laborer, you are on a production line and you are packing whatever, and things are getting tough. Maybe there's been some issue which has caused the rate of things coming in to increase. You're having trouble keeping up while keeping your cool. Now, standard procedure would generally say, okay, well, stop the line. And if you do that, then the people before your spot in the line will just stack up. Like, they will keep running and they will stack up as much as they need to keep production going. And then when you're ready and you start the line back up, suddenly you're basically getting everything all at once, and you end up becoming even more stressed. Okay, so what about if you go and take a breather? Well, you generally want somebody to replace you on the line momentarily, and in an environment like this, those people generally aren't really available. Like, there is no like extra people helping out where they can or whatever, because when everything's working as it should, there is nobody available to take your spot, like to let you go to the toilet, take a break, whatever you need to do, right? And so for me, it is like, well, I know I need to take a break. I know I need to be out of this moment for a little bit, but nobody's available, and people get mad at me if I stop the line. So I'm just gonna have to sit and bear it. That's usually my thought process as an autistic person. And when things get too hard, and I start, like, that stress reaction starts to like really get to me, there's one of two things will happen. I either shut down, like, emotionally, I feel like really depressed. I'm failing everyone, that sort of shit. Or I blow up, and I get angry, and I let out my emotions that way. Now, we all know that it's not good to keep your emotions bottled in. But you kind of expect it to. And that is like, and being kind of unable to, like, I have tried, and being unable to like really control things, like, how, like, my emotional response outside of like tablets and that kind of thing. That is why, like, especially lately, I've been having so much grief with this place because, like, I'm on like a final warning there. Because, yeah, like, yeah, like, it's people say it's not good to, bottle up your emotions. But if you don't and you kind of just let it out, even if you're not actually hurting or affecting anyone, that is a bad look to you, to the company, to, to whatever. And especially as an autistic person, like, whatever you might do to release this negative energy that you have inside of you, whether that's just yelling or moving your arms around or whatever you need to do, people can and have interpreted it aggressively, or like as as threatening, and sometimes people can take anything that you do as threatening and aggressive and all that sort of stuff. There was a day where, like, it gets really hot in Australia. I think people know that. And it was a really hot day outside, and I come into work, and even though I'm working in like a chilled area, like, I come in and I start getting this sort of like heat exhaustion, and I know I'll cool down because I'm in a chiller, so I'll just kind of try and work my way through it. And during that sort of episode or whatever, somebody decided that I was rolling my eyes at them and tried to report me. And, like, realizing that my job could just be ended because, not even because I've done something wrong, which has been, the case most times in their eyes, but also just because people might just decide that I'm doing something wrong, or something that I might do to just sort of something that I might do to just sort of like catch my breath or something. Can, like, if that can be interpreted negatively, then, like, I feel like anything I do could, like, even if I think there's nothing to it, could get me fired, right? And so, like, having that energy, like, in my head for, like, the past couple of years, I guess, to be honest, like, really puts a damper in, like, my ability to, like, I'm always having to, like, think and second guess and figure out, could this be interpreted in this way? And, do I have to worry about this, or do I have to worry about that? And I'm just over it. I am trying to find other work, by the way. But I guess that also kind of brings me to this video, because, like, I've been wanting to get back into, like, Let's Plays or streaming and that sort of thing. Like, I did a bit of streaming, in the last year or so, but, like, most of the time, like, I just don't have the energy. I just like, I just, a lot of the time, and I've kind of settled into this now, like, I just want to be alone. Like, I just want to do my own thing. I just want to relax. And, you know, if I'm streaming, then, like, or recording or whatever, then, you know, that's, you know, something that I have to actively think about. But I saw this video, right? By a person on YouTube called Neat. I will link their video in the description if I can remember. And it's titled "You Should Be a YouTuber or Creator or Artist or whatever." And like the reason, like, they reckon that it's the best time. It is the best time right now, because, like, ignore all the monetization shit, right? There is a lot that you could do nowadays to get people's attention, that isn't trying to game the system to, you know, to, like, get people's attention.
Your music provider is not available for the moment. Please try again later.
I mean, they do acknowledge, you know, that it is also kind of the worst time if you're going into, like, YouTubing, you know, looking to make money, which I had trouble, with back when I was doing, like, you know, regular-ish Let's Play stuff. But yeah, like, you know, it's like, people want to hear what you have to say, especially if it's like if there is a niche that you like, that you can explain about, people like that. And you know, it is a good time to win people over by just being yourself and showing off the things that you want to do, that you like to do, the things that you have knowledge on. And so I guess all of this is like a long-winded way of saying, like, hey, I've got stuff that I would like to try to do for YouTube. I kind of want to get back into doing Let's Play type of stuff, or streaming, or, you know, whatever it is. And, you know, maybe that video is the push that I need. Because, like, there have been things that I've, like, wanted to kind of do videos on. Like, I mean, for example, there was a video by Veronica Explains about, like, putting the Linux OS, like, a Linux OS on Chromebooks. And in fact, look, I have actually gone and done the thing. Like, look at that. Like, I am booting Linux. I am booting NixOS even off a Chromebook. Like, that is cool. And like I've managed to, boot um Nix OS on like a gaming laptop that like didn't have keyboard support for whatever reason. I wanted to do a video on that, and it turned out that was because of like weird Ryzen IRQ stuff. Stuff that not stuff that people don't generally have to think about anymore. And just like there was, the gaming homework stuff even. Like I heard, I finally played through Celeste for the first time, like twice, like in the last couple of weeks. Once as like an archipelago randomizer thing, which is another thing I want to try and do a video on, but also just like like playing it vanilla, like like playing through all the levels. I was motivated after I did that randomizer to get my save up there, and you know, and so like I was having the thought today of like, well, hey, why don't I start playing through the farewell chapter, the 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 extra chapter for, what was it, the third anniversary or something like that, and and why don't I just like do just see how I go on that and do that as like a weird series kind of thing. And I've there are actually like a bunch of games that are popular that I have never played before, just because like I've never had the opportunity, like if they were on console, especially in like the 90s 2000s, like I was still like basically growing up. But also like um stuff where like hype just hasn't really hit me for things like Undertale, for example. Like I tried to do like an Undertale thing, like as a comeback, and like I didn't end up getting far. Like I got to the end of the ruins, um, I think, um, before stopping. I'm not going to tell you how that one fight ended. Um, but like there are like there are things that you know like, for example, like people experience like I know that like I like to watch people experiencing games that I like for the first time. So why would I not expect people to enjoy watching me playing their favorite games for the first time, for example? Um, yeah, it's just I don't know. There's I want to give this another go. And I think I will try and give this a go. Um, I probably won't do much at first. Um, but I want to try and like do just do a little bit more and see how we go from there. Um, and well, fuck it, since I'm getting all this depression stuff off of me as well, I may as well like just come out and say like, in the last couple of years, I've kind of been figuring out my gender identity, and like I thought maybe I was trans, and maybe I still am. Uh, like maybe I still want to go through some sort of HRT stuff, but also like I think I'm just like gender fluid, and like, you know, like how I feel about my gender is like, eh. Like I will wear skirts because they're just now and then because they're nice, and I don't have to think too much about it. And like, you know, it's time to do, like, just in general, just try and do my best to be true to myself and try to do what makes me happy. Um, I think even if it's just like recording without editing, I guess like this for half an hour or whatever, and just like uploading it, at least I'm doing something, at least I'm getting my feelings out there, at least I am letting people know that I am alive and I am doing the best that I can. And I think sometimes that's just all I can ask for, because, you know, I've tried to, you know, to put other people, I've been trying almost my whole life to put other people first, and like taking other people's thoughts and feelings and that sort of thing about me like way too seriously. And I think, you know, maybe it's time to just try to do something for myself for once, because I've been through so much, and you know, maybe I deserve it. You know, I deserve to do good things for myself. That feels really weird to say, but you know what? I can work on that. And today, I think I can do something nice for myself by just staying in bed. I mean, I will have to get up to do shopping or whatever shortly, but you know, just do something nice for yourself. I'm gonna go and catch up on like all the games done quick videos that I have not been able to watch because I completely missed out on that event. I wasn't able to catch it because of everything else that was going on. So just just do your just do as much as you can. Just do as much as you can, everybody. That's that's all I'm asking from you. That's all anybody should be asking of you. And I'll see you soon. Thanks everybody for listening and watching. I hope you haven't been watching. Yeah, see you guys soon.